Welcome, Scorpio. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I pulled for you today from the deck, the Sun card. This is for the new moon in Aries that is occurring in a couple of days, on the 29th of March, actually. And this is describing your overall theme and energy. And for a sign with so much depth, there is something about coming out of your depth and expressing, sharing your wisdom, your joy, your brilliance, illuminating a situation, perhaps coming to terms with a situation that, or an outcome of a situation that you're still struggling to understand in its full complement. In other words, what is the benefit of this outcome, or is it as gruesome or as neutral as it seems? So I feel like you're exhibiting your authenticity as a way of calling in the deeper lessons that have gotten you here. There's a strong sense that you are searching, that you are looking for your place in the world, or looking for your position, perhaps in a situation where you fit, where you belong. This is a general reading, Scorpio, so it's not going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below. I appreciate those of you that are with me today and taking your time to view this reading. I appreciate your energies. So in the present, I pulled the Labradorite, one of the very important gems that I use, and this is describing your third eye. This is the chakra energy that is about our seeing through. This is how we reflect and get vantage through past, present, and future, seeing through time and space, seeing what's really there, closing your eyes in order to see. So the key word here is dreams. Dreams are where your mind translates the divine. That's really a lot right there. As a dreamer, the idea that you are making a connection between your spiritual wisdom, something that you have cultivated, and your perhaps unconscious energies, including the assistance that you have in the world, as well as the fears of some of your behaviors and routines, some of the residual energies from failures, disappointments, or wounding trauma that you've experienced. This is something that is meeting your aspirations, and you're in a place there where you're trying to prize that apart. I hope that's making sense, but this is what's coming through from your energy. The dreams card is clarified by the Four of Swords in your present energy. So this is directly talking about healing indeed. This is kind of what I just said. You are looking at the struggles and the difficulties that you've survived, that have gotten you to the place where you're at. And this is understanding better now from hindsight, with some rest, with an ability to step back and gain some perspective, why those experiences were necessary to get you to where you are. It's an interesting way to begin to understand that not only is it the journey, but if we experience gratitude for the place we're at, then we again experience deeper understanding of the lessons of those experiences. The more challenging, quite likely, the more we learn, the more we've grown, the more we have improved upon our strength, our faith in ourselves, our ability to trust that we can do what needs to be done and survive it better. then we first experience those things. So this sense of gratitude becomes part of your deeper understanding of the point of the challenges. And this becomes your spiritual foundation, this cycle which is uniquely understood at such a deep level by you, Scorpio, with the planet Pluto as your ruler. This is the planet that this symbolizes the energy that goes underground for most of the year and where all of the collective unconscious resides, so that you're able to tap into the needs of all human beings anywhere in the world. And from that, to understand your unique compulsion to deeply understand your own power. In the past, I pulled 2 cards from the Talisman Oracle, the Wisdom and the Concealment. And both these cards are saying something kind of similar. I do feel like this is almost, I don't want to call it a conundrum, because I think intellectually it looks like a puzzle. But spiritually, this is similar, one and the same thing, because of the phenomenal wisdom you hold and your ability to, like the octopus pictured on the card that is upside down, you have an ability to go deep, deep, deep to the bottom of the ocean and to find new solutions, new alternatives in unexpected places. So as you go deeper into the needs of all species on the planet, understanding the desire for wholeness, for survival, to thrive, you are looking in places others would not look. And you are uniquely fashioned to understand at a fundamentally emotional level what is necessary. This gives you a lot of power and a lot of strength. You don't shrink from scrutiny, from exploration or examination. And the wisdom card is describing the ways, or the concealment card is describing the ways that you protect yourself because of your vast power. Perhaps power you yourself have abused or misused in the past. You quite often wear what appears to others to be a mask. You are hard to read. And this is something you use as a way to shield off those who want to exploit this particular connection that you have, this intuitive power that you have. The concealment, of course, serves you as you are doing important work on your own behalf, tapping into this universal cord that ties all human survival, all species survival together on the planet. But you also recognize how difficult it is to let others in for fear of hurt, of course, for fear of misunderstanding or rejection, ultimately, something you've experienced in the past. In the future, I've pulled from the Wild Elemental, I pulled the Phoenix card. And this is describing a similar experience where what I'm hearing is that the rising from the ashes, what we celebrate of the phoenix's journey, the transformation, the ultimate end, is assured for you. You have transformed, transmuted your own energies many times. But the important part now is to stay in the fire, to walk through the ashes. Before you transcend, it's very important to you to understand what it is you're releasing, what it is you're letting go of, what you've been carrying. You want to understand that. And it's important to you to, uh, through this understanding of what it is that you're releasing, this is a lot of your connection to other seekers, to others for whom you serve, with whom you work. Understanding their struggles, their difficulties, their challenges is key to understanding the tremendous courage and power it takes to stay in this game, to stay in the journey, to persevere, understanding that the journey itself is full of the necessary lessons, full of the learning that you thrive on. So in the present, the labradite, the third eye energy, is challenged by the Four of Swords. But in the past, we have the Five of Cups, clarifying the concealment and the wisdom card. So I believe that this is a kind of review for you of the things that have been lost, the things that you still mourn. You can have released things, relationships, experiences, without releasing the emotional impact on you. And you are about really understanding what that emotional impact is and how difficult it can be to unload that as a result of a failure or a disappointment, how much of that hurt, that rejection, or that shame that we carry with us. And your effort to more clearly give yourself the things that you've often given away to others or attempted to offer to others has actually been transmuted into this powerful relationship to yourself. This is where your independence, your resolute uh, um, willingness and ability to do what is right for you is grounded on your discreteness as an individual, your lack of reliance on others. It doesn't mean that you don't have interdependencies and emotional resonances with things, your passions with others. It does mean that you understand the path to achieving the love and the success that you have attempted in the past lies within you. It lies within your ability to take responsibility for that. And in the future, the Phoenix card is clarified by the Hermit. And this is a very familiar card for many of us. This is a familiar experience for those, particularly with a kind of intense emotional experience and expression, this ability to go into dark, deep, scary places that Scorpios can be known for, to not shun away from the hard stuff, is really serving you now as the fodder to your retreat. This retreat not necessarily being a vacation or a literal retreat into the woods, as desirable as that may be, or wherever. This is really about just the ability to stand back and to look within for the answers you're seeking. And this does a number of things apart from investing in yourself, the lessons you've learned, the wisdom from those lessons. It also gives you the authority that you're looking for, or the authority that you feel will amplify your credibility to yourself, right? Do I really deserve this? Can I really be saying this? Who am I to point this direction? All of that is confirmed when you take the time to retreat into that sacred space and not only cull the lessons, seek the answers from your teachers, your guides, your mentors, but it also gives you the clarity about what information you are modeling to others and that you can share with others. So the hermit is not intended to stay up in the mountains forever. Going into the mountains is a symbol, a metaphor for gaining spiritual truth, accessing that divine wisdom and within ourselves. And then one comes down from the mountain. And in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, the hermit is standing on one foot with the lantern. So that is like the shoe's got to drop, right? The next step is down the mountain to disseminate the information that he has. I'm going to finish up this reading, Scorpio, with a Soul's Journey Oracle card, and I have pulled the Worry card. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. And my neighbor is vacuuming upstairs. I apologize if you hear that noise, but it is a confirmation that the amount of wisdom, energy, answers, enlightenment that you are receiving and grasping for is available. This is an incredibly fraught and tense time in terms of all the possibilities that we're experiencing that we could never have imagined, and the likelihood for our own intention around what we create, what we invest into the collective as being powerful and leading to the good. So naturally, the idea of worry is like the idea of anxiety. There's a way that by relaxing this stance, by relaxing the concern, the anxiousness, you are actually teaching yourself to relax and rely on your wisdom, your gifts. You have what you need to achieve what you want. If you've enjoyed this content, Scorpio, please check out more content here. And until next time, namaste.